All right, welcome, 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 welcome. What a ridiculous day today. Holy cow. Rain, 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 rain. Go away. Nah, you know what? We were begging for it about, 3 weeks ago. I wish it would rain. My yard looks terrible. We're so silly as Winnipegians. And the rain comes like, oh, I wish it would just warm up. A month ago, you're like, oh, it's 20 below. Like, it's enough already. We're so fickle, I think, when we approach these things. So what a better way to get our day kind of going than to have some sort of James Brown funk coming at you with Junior Jazz. What about that song there, eh? Yeah. Yeah. Love it. Love it. I always like the idea that there's nothing junior about Junior Jazz, you know? I don't want to be the sort of the fourth string. I want it to be a great band that plays really cool music. And I picked some doozies for you tonight. I think you're really going to enjoy it. So to recap, let's see. Standing ovation last night, crazy awesomeness, but the air conditioning wasn't that great. So I had I had them crank it in here. It was actually an icebox in here at one point. So I'm hoping it's going to stay all the way till about 9 o'clock. And I said, Joy, I don't know if there's a temperature for jazz, to be honest with you. Maybe it should be the other way around. It should be kind of sweaty. I'm not sure. But anyways, we're here. And we got to get some things off my chest. I got to talk about a couple things quickly. Number one, it's jazz band. You are expected to throw things. You're expected to whistle. You're expected to clap for soloists. And you're expected to have a dang good time. And if that's not happening, I'll stop the jazz band and I'll berate you. So yell, scream, and enjoy yourself. And cheer these kids on because we're having a hoot. And we're going to kind of change things up. I don't want you to think about it as a concert as much as a musical experience. Can you handle that, folks? There we go. All right, so we're going to do that. And in that vein, this crazy idea we had last night is going to come to fruition. So later on in the night, I am actually, for our online viewers only, because you're not going to get to see it, I'm going to go live on a GoPro. I'm going to wear it on my head and jump through the band and do some crazy stuff. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. So that's later on in the night. So if you want to pull out your phones and follow along, you can get like a band's eye view of what's really like to be up here. All right. Junior Jazz, award winners, killed it at festival, and I've been having a lot of fun, so I'm like, okay, we had some stuff in the folder, I'm like, put that away. You know, award winners, try this now then if you want to be all that in a bag of chips. So we're going to try something different. We're going to take you to church. Ooh, and we're going to answer our phones quickly. Hold on, just a second. Is that me? No, it's not me. Someone else is feeling very embarrassed right now, but while I'm at it, I think I'm going to just make sure, oh, mine isn't even off. Look at that. Ooh, Edwards. Right on. Yeah, that would be really bad if it was my phone. Anyways, where were we going? Yes, to church. We're going to church, yes. I think you're really going to like this, too. This is really fun. We struggled with it for a little bit because it was just such an odd form, but we've got a master on it now, and I think you're really going to enjoy this. Here's a neat tune called Lifted. Nothing junior about junior jazz. Give it up for Kayla back there. One of the many fun things I get to do tonight is to hand out some of these awards. Now, hold on. I didn't get a chance to check the lighting cue here. Is that okay, Mr. Carnegie? Are you happy now? That works for me. All right, thank you. Boy, oh boy, after last night, I got in a lot of trouble because I wouldn't stay on the camera. I didn't ask to be famous somehow, but there I was, not hitting any of my marks. So don't look for me in a movie anytime soon. Not even one of those back-to-school specialers, you know. Don't look for me there. All right, just a second. I got to get my cheat sheet. It's under here. Okay. So, like I mentioned last night, if you weren't here, I offer some most improved, and I offer sort of a MVP, if you want to think about it that way. So some people that have really done some neat things. And you know, I've got band students that are pretty dang talented, as you can see. The performance is there. The proof's in the pudding. So it makes my job a little bit interesting sometimes to come up with an answer to this question. But there are some people that have really done some neat things here. And I think it's kind of exciting to acknowledge them. And we'll start with our most improved players in the band. And these legitimately are people that have totally improved. They came in and, I mean, it was a sad sound that was coming out of their instrument. This band in particular, one of the individuals is about to come up right now. He's just going to go, yeah. He's only been playing his instrument now about 8 months. So, you know, it's kind of like, hey, man, that's cool. Come on in and we'll make a home for you. It'll be fine. All right, so most improved this year. Ethan Lapkin, Brett Descender, Pacey McGinn, and Teg Wynn. Come on up. No tears, enough of that. Don't make me cry. Pacey. Normally I would never do this and single out one student. You guys go ahead. I want to embarrass him for a bit. Pacey started the year. Oh, I'm going to cry. Oh, my God. All right, Pacey, you rock. Water bottle brought to you by grade 12s of Symphonic Band 2018. I'm not going to look at him, or I'm just going to bawl my eyes out. Pacey started the year not being able to play alto at all. Wanted to play it. I invested a lot of time in him. He took to it and tripled the time I ever gave him. Why this is sad is Pacey's family has given their service to our country, and we are thankful, always thankful, to those men and women that volunteer, and that means he has to move. To a school with no band program. The crazy part about this all is that he and my son and all his friends play on PlayStation, so he'll still be in my basement at night. And what's funny is one of their friends from Lincoln's in Vancouver. So no lie, on any given evening, I'm going to have a kid from Vancouver and a kid from Halifax, basically, of Nova Scotia, sorry, literally being in the basement all at the same time. So it's kind of cool that we can do that with computers. Anyways, enough of that. I don't think I cried. Did I? I think I did okay. Junior jazz, top students. Here we go. Alphabetical order. Danica Dumore, Blake Edwards, Nick Gameo, Reese Gromick, Mason Anderson, Emily Robertson, and Caleb Sansom. Come on down. Ladies first. I don't believe that sheep thing. Caleb, you try playing better or something like that. Yeah, you worked on it. Way to go, kid. Well done. Here's another kid that's only been playing for a year. You are tolerable at best. We'll end off with a Ray Charles tune. Everybody loves Ray Charles. Gets everybody all excited. And this particular song is about drink. And in this particular case, the lyrics refer to the gentleman as having lost his senses, and the whole world turned upside down on his head. And he goes down and he blames it all on one mint julep. One, two, three, four. let's see if we can take you on a little adventure to Cuba. Oh, I like that. That's too much fun. A lot of us have been down Cuba way, and their music is full of dancing and all that kind of neat stuff. And boy, oh boy, you know? All right. I'm going to do this one last. I think that makes sense to me. May not make sense to you, but it makes sense to me. Then I have two people here that have really come out of their shell. They have really done some amazing things. And I'm very happy to have them both in the program, and they've worked very hard to become most improved. And I think the whole band would agree with me when I announce their names that they have changed a lot, their approach and in their playing as well. So I would like to recognize tonight, most improved in the band, Cam Normando and Quinlan MacLeod, please. All right. Intermediate jazz, MVP, people who have come out of the woodwork and continue to deliver to this band. They work hard. Some of them even volunteer and don't even need to be in the class. It's an amazing group of people. And they work very hard coming in the mornings. And I know that they're not the only people that work hard to get them here in the mornings. I know exactly what it's like to get some growly children out of bed going, come on, you got jazz band. Do I have to? Yes, you have to. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your MVPs for intermediate jazz, Ethan Dick, Aaron Peters, Blake Edwards, Rachel Wojciak, Eric Sigurdsson, and Jessica Tolles. Come on up. Shake hands. This is a team here, and the two of them work so hard together. They're one. They share a brain as lead trumpet. All right, give another round for our award winners, please. One of the neat traditions we started a couple years ago now, no, that's a lie, I guess it was last year actually, to be honest with you, was I wanted to recognize, we do the mugging as you saw last night, but what I wanted to do was recognize jazz people that have been in jazz band for 4 years. I mean, this is a big thing. So if you're in jazz band, you're also in concert bands, so you've got a lot of music in your life. And this young lady has been part of our jazz program for 4 years, and we're really sad to see her go. She's got a bright future ahead of her, not ahead of us, ahead of her. Miss Walker, come on down. This band, we decided to do a couple really big epic tunes rather than do a couple of smaller ones for you. So we're going to end tonight with this is a real burner of a chart. And when we pulled it out, the band literally revolted. They said, no, it's too high, it's too fast, it's too this, it's too that. And I'm like, well, just shut up and play your music. And they did. And it's, I hope it comes off tonight. I think you really like this. And you probably, well, I said it last night. If you were, living in a rock, you'd know, what the tune is. So I think this is one of those kind of tunes. So hope you enjoy our final selection for intermediate jazz. And we're going to feature Michaela on the Barry sax. Hopefully that was worth the wait. Sorry about that little bobble at the beginning. So, you know, what a great problem to have. We've got a ton of kids that want to be involved in our jazz program. So what do you got to do? At some point you burst into steam, so you have to add a whole other jazz band. But we weren't going to do it just sort of, well, we had some kids and let them dribble in and make sort of a, you know, one trumpet and two trombones and a saxophone or something like that. We wanted to do it seriously. So we went about it with a bit of an audition. So every one of these kids auditioned to be in this group. And we opened it up to everybody. So we've got 9 through 12 behind me, which is really kind of fun, which I think makes it sort of a really exciting representation of some of the things we were talking about last night, where age really is irrelevant. We just want you to kind of come on in. If you can play, you can play. And then, yeah, as I said at the winter concert, then it was like, well, we don't want to be called advanced jazz. Do you have anything else, Mr. Edwards? And then the floodgates came open. The contest was had, and Little TYKES Jazz Orchestra was born. And I'm telling you, man, it has been the greatest gift we've ever given any festival we've been to. There are people coming out of the woodwork. What is this Little TYKES? Are you guys playing plastic toys? What's going on there? And Brandon put us in with all the beginning groups. So here's these adjudicators adjudicating all these grade 7 jazz bands, and we walk in, they're like, Man, those kids are big. Wow, they grew in Westwood. Oh my goodness. And we came out of the gate and they didn't know what to do with us. It was so much fun. And I think it stuck. And I think, I'm looking forward to keeping this name for a very, very long time. So, we're going to play another tune for you. And we're pretty excited to share it. It's a big ask, if you will follow my drift. So we sat down and we started to just dissect this thing. And it brought us more and more and more and more joy. And I hope you get a feeling for that tonight. Really, really interesting samba tune. And I think I'll shut up now and just let the music do the talking on this one. LTJO, supporting your local paper mill since 2018, I guess. Eh? Wow, what a chart. 6, 7 pages long. Oh my gosh, you can imagine when I handed that out what they had to say to me about it. No was the word that they said to me, to be honest with you. No, that was it. Over the page and my little notes here, and I am back with you. All right. Let me just double check. Hold on. I'm just going to peek under the carpet here. Good. Excellent. Perfect. So, no most improved. None. Not one of them improved at all. I thought the same thing too. Really? Nope. Now, just hands down, there was one group of people that just were the top. There was no debate to it. I tried. I talked to my wife about it a lot. Lost sleep over it. But this group of people is really special. And it's very rare in my life that I get a group like this, a group of people that are so special. So tonight, MVP, I'd like to recognize the entire saxophone section. About $48,000 worth of instruments just sitting there on those plastic chairs. Anybody else concerned? I should say some of you own them out there. I imagine you're concerned. Ladies first. Yeah. Great leadership. Oh, yes, you can. I can't even look at you. It's going to be a hot mess in a few minutes. Oh, yes. Yes, sorry. You know what we should do? You kind of fun this yourself. Get over. Yeah, I will just a second. The needs of me outweigh the needs of everybody else. Yes, that's right. Okay, I can breathe again. But you know, they're not the only group in that band that's pretty fine. As you probably heard tonight, the trombones are pretty outstanding too. So I think I'd like to recognize the trombone section as well. Get down here. But you know, the trumpets aren't that bad either, really, when you think about it. I mean, they play pretty good too, you know, and they got to be equal to the saxophones and the trombones. So then I just got to recognize the trumpets as well. Yeah, get down here, trumpets. This is what makes your flash drive so quality, because of guys like Mr. McLeod. Give him a big hand. And you can probably guess that I couldn't make a decision. I couldn't. This is a phenomenal band, and they come along once in a lifetime. It's very rare for me to have some group like this. So, rhythm section, come on down, please. But really, I make no apologies. None. You gave them to me. It's not my fault that I think they're awesome. I just happen to agree with you, that's all. Classic, Stevie Wonder. You're going to love this. This is a great way to end our set. Hope you enjoy this. I stand here before you to remind you to just keep your mouth shut when you come up with stupid ideas, because someone's going to say, hey, I can do that. I'm going to stay up all night and figure out a way to work. And thank you, Mr. Carnegie. You went out to Princess Auto is where you got the head thing. What? Oh, my gosh. So if you're watching live, you want to check out your phone, check the Twitter feed, you can see yourself through this exact headgear. I'll wear it for one more tune, Mr. Carnegie, but that's all I'm going to do because I feel like a real brat right now. Senior jazz. You know what? All of my grade 12s, it's hard to say goodbye, and last night I could muffle through it, and I don't want to address much of it tonight, but, seniors, a lot of grade 12s here. We've been together a very long time and had a lot of adventures, won nationals. We've done some really cool things with these kids, and this year has been no exception. Going out to festival and getting perfect marks with this band was, I've never done that. I mean, it was just like, wow, absolutely crazy. And, the pride I feel for the whole program is monstrous. But this particular group is pretty dear to my heart, just simply because of the time we've spent together for the last 4 years. So, I kind of want to program some music for you that you'll love and get into. It doesn't need a lot of introduction, so I think this next tune is one of those. And if you don't know it, you should check her music out. She's pretty powerful. So hope you enjoy our second selection tonight. keep doing new and exciting and adventurous things. And I am super proud and super excited to do some new stuff this year. And one of the really cool things is that I get this ability or this support from my administration that is unwavering. I mean, you can imagine the crazy ideas I come up with. And I'm like, hey, let's try this. I wear a head can. And I have never heard anything other than, wow, what a neat thing to do with kids. Let's try and make that happen for you. And I want to acknowledge the support of my administration in this building, and the faculty is just outstanding, as you know, at Westwood. And I know that Ms. Cordova is sitting there in the booth enjoying herself there, so give a big wave. Say hi, everybody, to Ms. Cordova at the back there, please. Something new. I'm a pretty big fan of the Manitoba Band Association, and they're a pretty big fan of us. And we had the wonderful presentation from the president. He came out and spoke to all the jazz kids about something new that they're doing. They rebranded, redesigned, and re-looked at the jazz camp they were doing. And I have been a very vocal critic of that jazz camp, of why I wouldn't send kids to it. And they listened to every one of my complaints, and they addressed almost every single one of them. And I know I wasn't alone. Like, how about this one? Why does it always have to be a featured guy? Are there women jazz artists out there? There's lots of them, and we keep bringing in guy after guy after guy. And I said, until you recognize the female aspect of jazz, I don't want to send any kid to that festival. And they've got an amazing lady coming in that's going to blow the doors off the joint this year, and I am really thrilled about that. They also addressed my idea or my feelings about the way they involve students, and I am just over the moon about it. I am excited for Ms. Taylor, I'm excited for Mr. Christensen, and I'm excited for all the work they've been doing and they're going to continue to do for young people. And so for the first time ever at Westwood Collegiate, I am proud to offer a scholarship to jazz camp to a deserving student. And the first, which I hope is an annual recipient of this scholarship, is a wonderful bass player from LTJO, Liam McLeod. Please come on up. With this band, it's like, what can't they do? Which allows me really to program just about anything I want. So when I was looking through music and I came across the title of this piece, I'm like, that sounds like a tune for them. The composer says he may have invented a new word, absolutacris. So literally the most ridiculous music you can possibly imagine put together in this wonderful sort of funk environment. So I hope you enjoy Gordon Goodwin's piece, Absolutacris. It's not for me. These guys are working hard. Yeah. Get them riled up. Get them excited. Get them want to perform for you. like you're a proud parent, you know? You just hope they do well. It's like, oh, come on, just like last rehearsal. Oh, it's so fun when they hit their stride. Oh, my gosh, it's a joy and a thrill to be involved in that. And you know what? It's hard, but some of them have to leave. And some of them have been with me for quite some time. And I think at this moment, it's probably a good idea to acknowledge our Keychain Award winners. These are the people that have been in the band program and the jazz program for 4 years straight. And their support and their playing has been a huge contribution to the success of our program. I left my notes in my office, so apologies for turning my back on you. But the following 8 individuals have been in jazz since grade 9 and have come through a lot with me. And I'm really sad to see them go. I'd like to acknowledge Amanda, Brenna, Emily, Tierney, Bridget, Carter, Ben, and Aiden. Please come on forward.
Sweaty hands and drumsticks don't mix.
Okay, so before we get to our last little stuff, just a plug for a couple of things. First and foremost, there is no music department on the planet that I know of like ours. Ms. Russell and I have got something really cool going on here. And we do this concert series and go back to back, so do not forget that there is some awesomeness going to be going down in here tomorrow night as well. And the choral program is on fire. They are smoking, and they are knocking it out of the park. Let me tell you something, that's for sure. So why don't you guys give a big cheer for Miss Russell, who's hiding in the back there. Yeah. Absolutely. So they're on this stage tomorrow at 7 a.m. rehearsing like it just doesn't stop around here. And it's exciting, and I'm bragging, and I ain't complaining, let me tell you. Second thing is, don't forget, we're selling our fundraiser, our flash drive, our new idea this year. $20 gets you in on the action, 8-gigabyte guitar-shaped flash drive with Westwood Collegiate engraved on the side in the year, and all of the videos and photos from the entire year will be on that for you, and we're going to wrap those sales up by the end of the week. Our goal is to hit that 100 mark. I've bought 100 of those flash drives to make them profitable. So we want to get sure we move them. As of yesterday evening, we'd sold 75. So we're on our way. We're on our way. And congratulations. So thank you for your support. And it's been a fantastic year for me. It's been a fantastic year for the kids. We have cleaned up at every festival with every band that you saw tonight. Everywhere we went, everybody gave us the top marks they could award and more. And then we were absolutely blown away by our adjudications. We were blown away by the support from the parents, and we were blown away by the support from the school. It's been absolutely crazy. I don't even know of a time in my life where a band has been invited to the pep rally. I mean, really. I mean, it's crazy, crazy. We had a standing ovation when we performed for the trustees and the superintendents early on in the year. We got a standing ovation from them, and they never give standing ovations. It was just like, this has been a year to remember, guys, and I hope you hold on to this. It's been a joy. It's been my pleasure, and I'm stalling because I just don't want to get to the last tune. I mean, that's the truth of the matter. So let's move into some most improved awards here. I got a couple of people that I thought really did something neat this year. And I have pushed as hard as I can these two individuals, and they just push back. Which is saying something, because one of them could probably take my, kick my you-know-what. So this year, for most improved players, I'd like to acknowledge Isabella Reimer and Lily Kohlbauer. Please come forward. And with this band, also very challenging to make decisions. However, I was able to make some. That's a true fact. And these eight individuals, I think the band will agree, have been instrumental in the success you see up here tonight. And so what I did is I tried to break it into sections, so I hope you appreciate that. So from the saxophone section, I'd like to acknowledge Ryan DeSender and Emily Harris. From the trombone section, I'd like to recognize Brenda DeLazaro and Ben Ulmer, please. From the trumpet section, these two share a brain, and we're really proud they do. They're an amazing lead. Rachel and Avery, come forward, please. And last but not least, in the rhythm section, Danica and Carter, come forward, please. I don't know what time Mr. and Mrs. Ulmer drop this boy off every morning, but I'm usually one of the first guys in the band room. Ben's always there ahead of me. He's never once been late, and he always sets up the band room for us every single time we walk in. To keep the rhythm section in line, Santa brought Danica a fake bow and arrow for Christmas, which she would fire randomly around the rhythm section to get them to pay attention to what was supposed to happen. And it was just a joy every year to see her. Her folder was all folded in the rack. She says, plastic arrow with a suction cup on the end of it sitting out of the folder. It was just so much fun. Let's come in here for a selfie, please. Look over there, Mr. McLeod. Nice job.
Come on, you didn't think you'd get away with it this quickly, eh? Hey, everybody. My name is Emily.
Hi, Emily.
And I'm Tierney.
Hi, Tierney.
Hi.
So we have both been in the Westwood Jazz program for 4 years. As you can probably tell, jazz is a little bit more laid back than concert band. We like to have a little extra fun over here, which is why we decided that it was high time that y'all got the inside scoop on what really goes on behind the scenes.
Now, see, any shenanigans in the band program are under the supervision of one person and one person only, Mr. Walden. I mean our very own Mr. Edwards.
So my first experience with this crazy man standing in front of us was on like the second day of grade 9, fresh out of Lincoln. I found out that all of my friends had signed up for jazz, and I didn't want to be left behind, so of course I had to join as well. I walked into the band room, then turned right around and walked out because there's a class going on, and I was scared of the big kids. I got up the courage to go back later after everyone had left. I remember knocking on his door and being like, hello? And I was greeted with the phrase I'd hear almost every day for 4 years straight. Hey, everybody. I remember being so scared that you were going to turn me away, but you welcomed me into the band with open arms. When you told me, okay, kid, get yourself a tenor sax by Monday, and you're in the band. I was terrified about starting a new instrument, thinking I would never be as good as everyone else. But with your encouragement, I began to gain confidence in my playing and in myself. As you've always told us, it's never too early for excellence. With your help, myself and everyone in this program has learned that and truly believes it. You are the reason that we are excellent, as you've helped us grow in our musicianship and as people. And hey, I guess it turned out pretty good. I mean, look at me now. I went from taking this class just so I wouldn't be left out with my friends to loving every single minute I spend in this room. You changed music from a hobby and turned it into a passion without me even realizing it. And you turned me from a scared little girl afraid to make a mistake into one comfortable enough to stand on the stage and speak in front of all these people. You always said that music is about so much more than just right notes and right rhythms. And after 4 years, I learned what you were talking about. You taught us that music is storytelling. It's a dance. It's love and sorrow and humor. It's friendship and hard work and passion. And it's 100% worth all the blood, sweat, and tears that we put into it. You've shown us that it doesn't matter who we are or where we come from. Music is our common ground. From IB nerds to hockey kids to art lovers, we're all connected when we enter the band room. This place has become my second home and this band a family. When you told us in grade 9 that we would blink and it would be our grade 12 year and all be coming to an end, I didn't believe you. But I blinked, and I'm really not ready for this to be over so soon.
All right. Hello, everybody. So, the first time I heard from Mr. Edwards was an official-looking email from the Westwood Collegiate Band program. And you were strongly encouraging me to join the jazz program. Even back then, I knew what it meant to be voluntold, so I reluctantly signed up for the course. But Come my first Westwood jazz class, I was absolutely blown away. My expectations did not at all match the guy in front of me, who looked a bit more like the Tasmanian devil than a person, but like... You traded jokes with us as often as you screamed corrections, trying to be heard over the entirety of junior jazz, wailing away. And at first, we sounded like a bunch of angry geese, but I think we turned out okay. And slowly but surely, you made us into something worth clapping for. You exercised your patience and the cowbell of justice. And in the process, my confidence improved, and I was proud to say that I finished my own solo without my hands shaking the way that they used to. The next few years will be much the same. You presenting us with opportunities, solos, new pieces, and us going, nope, absolutely not. No, we could never, ever be good enough. But with your insistence, we all began to play, and we got better. Myself included. I volunteered for solos. I answered more questions in class. I auditioned for senior jazz and then cried when I got in twice. For all my nerves, for all my self-doubt, you've tirelessly encouraged me every time. Here, you foster an environment based on acceptance, determination, and weird jokes that only you understand but are still greatly appreciated. You teach us that it's never too early for greatness, pushing us to our full potential. And I'm not going to lie, it's hard sometimes. Channel 1. But despite our initial frustration, we become the brave little toasters you always wanted us to be, accomplishing something that we never dreamed possible. And I'm so very grateful for your support over the years. You've inspired me to find a career that you pursue with as much passion as you do band. And I'm proud to say that I'm entering a music degree after high school because of having you as a role model. And thank you. As Emily said, this is a family to me. The band room's been my safe space all through high school where I could just disconnect from negativity and surround myself with music, love, and pride, and I don't think I'll ever be ready to leave that behind.
And so, at the end of our 4 years, we're left with this guy, our crazy uncle who somehow knows all of our drama before we do,
Who's friends with who?
who our grad dates are,
Who's no longer friends with who?
when we had to get our first job because we crashed our parents' car and had to pay for the damages. Sorry, Mom and Dad.
You fed us inspirational quotes. Let your performance do the talking. And then fed us pudding when we forgot our senior jazz pins to a gig.
You've given us so much of your time, from coming to support us in other activities, to spend countless of hours with us, creating the perfect solo, like in China 1 Suite, or saying, nope, not good enough, do it again, like Channel 1 Suite, until our faces might fall off.
You make yourself so available to us, from help with the tricky rhythm to a shoulder to cry on. You're in the band room more often than at home, and you put the band program above everything, even your own ability to function, but hey, at least there's coffee, am I right?
And in some crazy way, you turn a bunch of strangers into a family. From so many different groups and cliques, from the biggest introvert
to the most obnoxious of us all.
We would never be the people we are today without your help and your guidance. Looking back 4 years ago, I would have never been able to stand up here today had it not been for being voluntold to do a solo 2 months into my jazz career, and then every year since, which gave me the confidence to be comfortable on stage.
For the last 4 years, we walked every day into a room bursting with joy. That and 80-plus music stands, instruments, chairs, not to mention the people in it.
But among those people are our closest friends, our teammates, and fellow students. We have seen each other through the best and the worst. We've solved every problem, whether it be musical or otherwise.
And most of the time, we are the problem. But you know that better than anyone. But these people, your program, are truly phenomenal, so deserving of the praise and awards they've been given.
You've given us a common ground, as different as we are. an opportunity to bond, to grow as individuals and as a team. As you've always said, individuals can win a game, but teams win championships.
It's a reason to get up in the morning when you really, really don't want to because we need sleep. True.
Here, you teach us so much more than music. You teach us kindness, dedication, perseverance, and teamwork.
You teach us that it's okay to stumble or fall down as long as you get back up.
Because you always say, failure's a choice. You've never let us down.
So I guess what we've been trying to say for the past 5 minutes is thank you for believing in us and making us the people we are today.
Thank you for giving us your tough love until magically we find the motivation to keep going.
Thank you for the early morning practices and the donuts and coffee.
For way too much cowbell and always reminding us, this is the band room. You're not supposed to have fun.
Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your wisdom, humor, and passion for what you do.
Because that's exactly what we'll carry with us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you. Love you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. But you didn't think we were finished yet, did you? See, we have some tokens of appreciation we'd like to bestow upon our beloved director.
You've given us so much over the years, so we thought you deserved a little something in return.
That we feel would be much appreciated is this. Because I think the cowbell of justice has been abused one too many times with our dear senior Chaz. This is what we like to call the cowbell of valor, because sometimes it takes a heck of a lot of bravery to do the stuff we do in this room. Even more bravery to play something wrong.
And then just a little something so you'll never forget about us, because we'll never forget about you.
A digital picture frame, so you'll have to look at our ugly faces years after we graduate. And on this USB is all of the photos we've taken this year as a band. As happy as we are, giggling, not looking at the camera, rough as they may be, to remind you of the family that we are this year. I've been waiting 4 years to do this. Give it up for Mr. Edwards, everyone. Woo!
Thank you. Sincerely, thank you. This is my pleasure. It really is. And, you know, leap out of bed. You need to know that about me. I'm not one of those people that rolls out of bed. I literally am the first up in my house every morning. And on senior jazz days, I'm just like, it is my pleasure. So to end tonight's concert, I thought of something really fun. I thought I'd go ultra traditional. There's a story with this song. It goes something like this. Last year, sorry, I can't stop crying. I don't know what the hell's going on. Maybe some kind of ridiculous applause or something. So last year I had this crazy idea that I would try and collaborate with the dance program, and came up with this idea of playing a song that we could kind of do together, and I gave them the summer to think about it. And it was really a cool idea, but it just didn't quite come together. So I thought that was the end of it. And so I thought, well, okay, I'll still pursue that piece of music. And then, unbeknownst to me, they had kind of finished off and they're like, yeah, that is a really great piece of music. And they sort of went off and ended up choreographing it for the year, and I was just so amazed by it. It was just so much fun, and it brought such great joy to my life. This tune is a classic. I guarantee you're going to recognize it. It is ridiculously hard to play well, and I hope we're going to do that for you tonight. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for all your support. It's been a fantastic ride this year, and I know next year it's going to be hard to top this, that's for sure, but we're going to do our very best. Here's an old Glenn Miller classic for you. get a little bit rowdier for, because you're going to know this one. And you're going to want to sing, you're going to want to dance, and I challenge you even to do the choreography, because you all know it. I guarantee